with that down, let's move on to main topic number 3, shall we? And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Eric Huffman. And Eric Huffman writes, Happy No Pants Thursday, John and Erin. Well, thank you so much, Eric. Deadline is reporting that Olivia Wilde has been hired to direct a Marvel movie for Sony, with some speculation that the film will be about Spider-Woman. I thought Booksmart was one of the top 5 movies of 2019, so this is beyond exciting to me. What are your thoughts on the hire, and what does this say about Sony's plans to continue milking their Marvel properties? All right, thanks a lot for sending this in, man. And listen, first things first, let's get to what this story is. So some of you may have been seeing these headlines. Olivia Wilde doing a Spider-Verse movie, many speculating it's going to be Spider-Woman. Where's all this coming from? Well, it comes to us from Deadline, actually. And this is what Deadline had to say about it. Deadline wrote, Sony Pictures is not only growing its slate of universe of Marvel characters, Spunk, remember that, characters, but it's building on the female characters at the center of it, and looks to have landed one of the sought-after female directors in Hollywood. Sources tell Deadline that Olivia Wilde has closed the deal, that's key, to direct and develop a secret Marvel film project revolving around a female character in the universe. While not confirmed, it is expected that the story will be centered on Spider-Woman. Now, of course, Spider-Woman has had several iterations in the comics. Mary Jane Watson has been Spider-Woman. Gwen Stacy has been Spider-Woman. There was another girl whose name I forget, who I think was like the original Spider-Woman. Maybe they go this way, maybe they go that way. Maybe they do another character altogether. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I went into watching Booksmart thinking that it kind of looked on the surface to be a poor man's Superbad. What Booksmart actually ended up being was, I don't know, the rich man Superbad, a much more intelligent version of Superbad. And I like Superbad. You heard me talking about Superbad the other day. I really like it. Booksmart was a better version of Superbad, which I didn't even realize this when I saw the movie, but one of the lead girls was actually Jonah Hill's sister. I had no
Which
idea.
Is so crazy.
I had no idea about that at the time.
It's like a mirror universe.
It was weird. And you know what it was? It was, the performances were great, but it was all direction. It was all direction. The charm and the heart and the timing of everything, it was beautifully done. Every creative decision was used to maximum effect, and it was Olivia Wilde's feature film directorial debut. She had directed a few other things, but this was her feature film directorial, and I could not have been more blown away. I couldn't have been more blown away. Now, she's got this other movie coming out called Don't Worry, Darling, which is more of a thriller set in the 50s, but she's got people like Chris Pine, Shia LaBeouf, herself, Florence Pugh, Dakota Johnson. So, I mean, she's got other people lined up to be in that as well. So that's exciting. But now, and maybe even more importantly, we've got her doing this. And the speculation is Spider-Woman. Okay, if Deadline is saying they expect it to be Spider-Woman, let's keep in mind it could be somebody else. It could be another character altogether. Fine. But I think we can go on the assumption, at least for now, until we hear otherwise or are corrected otherwise. Let's go on the assumption that it's Spider-Woman. It makes sense. Sony is really trying to expand this universe. They massively. We've already had Venom. We've got Morbius that should have been out in theaters already, but Morbius is coming. You know, we're hearing rumors about Kraven as well. But on top of that, they're also exploring the other gender leads, right? We've already got, now we know that Spider-Woman is coming from Olivia Wilde. We got Madam Web, which I still think is a really odd choice to do as a movie, but let's see what they're iterating. I also thought Guardians of the Galaxy was an odd choice to do as a movie, and look how that turned out. But from S.J. Clarkson is doing that, and according to the report in Deadline, while a lot of us, including me, kind of thought Silver and Black had been thrown away, apparently Silver and Black is still in the cards for them at this point. They are still looking at doing a Silver and Black movie on top of all the other properties they're doing. Sony is going all in on this Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't be happier about it. I personally could not be happier about it. I really like what we're seeing here. So anyway, that's just me. At any rate, Erin, you've had a chance to hear about this. I know, you have your thoughts. So what do you think about this idea of Olivia Wilde and kind of going, I thought she was going to go all indie films for a while, but she's making that jump into a big tentpole project
What do you think about this?
Well, I want to just correct Deadline on one little thing. When they say that she's, you know, one of the most sought after female directors, I think that let's switch that up a bit. She is, period, right now one of the most sought after directors, period, in Hollywood. Everybody's talking about her. Everybody wants to work with her. And so she really solidified herself, like you said, in Booksmart with a little indie that she had total creative control over. The claymation scene, if you have not seen Booksmart, you got to watch it for the claymation scene alone. It is one of my favorite parts of the movie. But now she's saying, hey, not only can I have creative control and tell this really interesting independent film, but also I'm going to show you that I can be given a massive budget and a franchise and I can work within that world. She's diversifying as one does with a stock portfolio. She is diversifying her director portfolio, which is a brilliant move on her part, especially this early in her directing career. And as far as, you know, the idea of her directing Spider-Woman, I don't think that she left any room for doubt when she retweeted the Deadline article and just put a little spider emoji. You know, they were like saying it's going to be revolving around a female character. And I also, you know, I had a conversation, somebody tweeted at me this morning saying, because the last time we talked about how it was like, oh, a female-centric movie, and I said that I hated that term female-centric. I am a feminist and I find it very patronizing when the term female-centric is used. But what I corrected is this: they didn't use the term female-centric. When they say revolves around a female character, I look at that more like we're dangling a carrot. You know, we're letting you know, we're giving you just a little hint. We're not virtue signaling. We're just we're carrot dangling and we're giving you a little hint, and then all of a sudden everybody goes nuts and they're like, oh my God, who are some of the female characters that we haven't explored that might be really exciting? Now, with the spider, yes, it could be Madam Web. Personally, I would really love to see what someone, little throwback to our earlier conversation, like Guillermo del Toro would do with a Madam Web. You said they have a director attached to Madam Web?
Yes, S.J. Clarkson, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure that she'll be great as well. But like Madam Web is really dark and gritty. I find, especially with Olivia Wilde and her cheeky sense of humor, I feel like Spider-Woman could almost have some of the dark humor that Deadpool does. I know that it's totally crossing over and it's not the same world and everything, but I feel like especially Spider-Woman has this really cool look about her, but I feel like infusing her with a dark, witty sense of just a dark wit would be so fun as well. I will not see it in theaters until I have at minimum 5 people guarantee that I won't have to see any actual SPIDERs in it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I just can't wait to see how it develops. And good on Olivia Wilde. Good for her.
And I'll tell you what, Olivia Wilde, I first met Olivia Wilde at the premiere in San Diego of Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Which was awful.
That's what I heard.
And so that was cool and everything. But then, do you remember that Steve Carell, Steve Buscemi movie, The Fabulous or Wonderful Burt Wonderstone, where he was a Las Vegas magician?
He was a magician. Yeah.
Las Vegas. Anyway,
I didn't see it.
Olivia
it did not.
Wilde was one of the other key stars in there. Okay. And they actually brought a bunch of journalists out to Las Vegas, where they held the press junket at a hotel in Vegas, which was appropriate. But one of the interesting things about that kind of press event was it was like 2 days, and you actually just got to hang out with everybody. I actually got to hang out in Steve Carell's hotel room with him, just sit down and chat with him and whatever. And I got to have drinks with Olivia Wilde.
Really? She just seems like a great person.
I'm going to tell you what. I did not know what to expect because Olivia Wilde, I mean, look, I don't care what preferences and tastes are, male or female. She is one of the most stunning creatures to walk the face of the earth, male or female.
Yeah.
Like there's something disarming about just how attractive she is. Mm-hmm. And I'd seen her in Tron as well and whatever. So you're just thinking, oh my God, and she's going to be this, whatever. And I wasn't prepared for how kind of tomboyish and goofy and whatever it is. And then after I had a chance to talk to her for like 20 minutes, I realized she's with Jason Sudeikis. What was I thinking she was going to be like?
Right.
I mean,
she's going to be fun. If there's ever a couple you want to have a double date with, I feel like it's Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. That's a great date.
And I totally should have figured that. But you'd be surprised just how truly geeky and kind of like just like casual and kind of goofy. I walked away from that like such a big fan. But again, I never would have thought, as I normally don't, of just actors like, oh, this actor will make a great director. But man, what she has done so far, I'm really looking forward to seeing Don't Worry, Darling. If anything is going to be like what she did with Booksmart, I think we're in for something. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? First of all, there's a couple of pieces of information all wrapped up in this one story. Sony's got another movie coming that's probably going to be Spider-Woman. It's being directed by Olivia Wilde. How are you guys feeling about this? I'm very excited about it. Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.